Rstv, bring you the news as it is.
On the news at 3, Governor Fubara hails the contributions of Honorable Justice Daniel Kaliu to legal profession. Lent, Ramadan begin today across the globe. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us on the news at 3. My name is Ibiguni Kaliu. River State, treasure base of the nation, let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can as well subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has hailed the immense contributions of Honorable Justice Obietombara Daniel Kaliu to the legal profession and the development of jurisprudence in the country. Governor Fubara gave the commendation during a special valedictory court session and book launch held in honor of Honorable Justice Obietombara Daniel Kaliu at the Court of Appeal Complex, Moscow Road, Port Harcourt. Upuka Umeda was there.
Represented by his deputy, Professor Ngozi Mma-Odu, the governor described the event as a fitting tribute to a distinguished jurist whose years on the bench were marked by integrity, diligence, and an unwavering commitment to the cause of justice. The state chief executive noted that the occasion was a moment of pride and reflection for both the celebrant and the state, stressing that the retiring jurist demonstrated exceptional wisdom and courage in the discharge of his duties, leaving behind a legacy of excellence that will continue to inspire both the bench and the bar. According to him, as he bows out of active judicial service, he will be celebrated for his legacy of excellence, wisdom, and selfless service to humanity, praying that his new chapter will bring him continued fulfillment, good health, and the opportunity to keep inspiring generations within and beyond the legal community.
This remarkable event is a fitting tribute to a distinguished jurist whose years on the bench have been marked by integrity, diligence, and unwavering commitment to the cause of justice. His contributions, as we have heard today, to the legal profession and to the development of jurisprudence remain invaluable and enduring.
Governor Fubara also congratulated the jurist, his wife, and the children for their steadfast support throughout his illustrious career and announced a donation of 50 million naira in support of the book launch.
As he bows out of active judicial service, we celebrate his legacy of excellence, wisdom, and selfless service to humanity. May this new chapter bring him continued fulfillment, good health, and the opportunity to keep inspiring generations within and beyond the legal community.
In his remarks, former Vice President Yemi Oshibajo said he had known Honorable Justice Daniel Kaliu since childhood, noting that they were classmates in primary school, describing Justice Daniel Kaliu as a deliberate and serious-minded person.
He has always exemplified what I believe are judicial exemplify, which is trustworthiness, credibility. You can trust, will be fair, and will be just, and you can trust that judgment will not be given to the highest bidder.
In her remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Honorable Justice Mary Odili, said the valedictorian excelled in his professional journey beginning at the Ministry of Justice of Rivers State, where his erudition and industry left observers in awe of the mastery he displayed before the courts, whether as an advocate among his peers or before opposing counsel.
The trajectory of excellence culminated in the emergence of OPA Daniel Kali, the iconic jurist whose legal and judicial exploits provided a platform upon which I dared to delve into his pedigree, which brought a reverse all-time praise shared by the Daniel Kali family and by all of us.
Responding, Honorable Justice Obietombara Opele Daniel Kali stated that the judiciary is the fabric that holds the nation together, adding that when the judiciary is destroyed, we might as well say goodbye to the rule of law. He expressed gratitude to Governor Siminalayi Fubara, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, the President of Court of Appeal, and his brother judges for their support and encouragement over the years. Ogboka Umeda, Rstv News.
The paramount ruler of Elelemo community, Eze Sonny Weli Chukwu, has officially dissolved the stool of Rumudunwere community following unresolved legal disputes currently before the customary Court of Appeal in Port Harcourt. He made a declaration while addressing journalists in his palace. Nnamdi Olimini tells us more.
The paramount ruler said the reason for the decision is an ongoing court case. According to him, the lingering legal battle over the stool has created uncertainty in the leadership structure of Rumudunwere, necessitating immediate traditional intervention to maintain peace and order. Eze Weli Chukwu therefore declared the stool of Rumudunwere vacant with immediate effect and directed community leaders and chiefs to within 6 months present a suitable regent who will pilot the affairs of the community pending the final resolution of the court matter. He emphasized that the decision was taken in the interest of unity, stability, and respect for due process.
The issue of Ezodu's two had been in contention in the court, which a verdict was given in favor at Choba Customary Court. On appeal at Obio Customary Court, a judgment was given nullifying the verdict from Choba Customary Court, lower court, as for lack of jurisdiction, and that they should start afresh again. On that note, there's no Ezodu again in Rumudunwere. And on this count, we're giving them 6 months from date to get us who becomes Ezodu, and when they get the person, they should come to the Eleno Council of Chiefs. We are planning and proper preparation will be made for proper installation.
Meanwhile, the youth president of Elelemo community, Nyebuchi Amade, has inaugurated an electoral committee in Rumudunwere community. The committee has been mandated to organize and conduct youth election within the next 6 months to ensure proper representation and continuity of youth leadership.
I want to use my voting power as the youth president to constitute caretaker stroke Eleku of Rumudunwere, and I'm giving them 6 months to conduct free and fair election. Well, Richi Chetro, chairman, Nyebuchi Chinedu, vice chairman, Precious Chetro, Nyeche, secretary, Daniel Robinson, EU, financial secretary, Lawson Budoka, Oti, PRO.
In his acceptance speech, the caretaker and chairman of the Rumudunwere Youth Council Electoral Committee, Weli Richard, assured members of the community of a free, fair and credible election process. He called on youths and stakeholders to maintain peace, cooperate with the committee and uphold unity before, during and after elections.
Today I'm urging everybody, and I'm thanking the Elelemo Youth President for this rare opportunity, and I am asking everyone to give us the support, myself and my team, to be able to achieve this assignment given to us.
The development marks a significant step in addressing leadership challenges within Rumudunwere community as stakeholders await further legal proceedings and the appointment of a regent to stabilize the traditional institution.
Time to apply the bricks. But just before we do that, River State, treasure base of the nation, let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on Facebook, YouTube at Rstv Online. You can as well subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Up ahead, no peace in sight for Russia-Ukraine war. Details of this and many more coming up in just a moment.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on YouTube Rstv Online, Facebook, and GoTV at channel 142.
Welcome back. The leadership of Ndigo community in River State has condemned false and misleading allegations circulating on social media and some informal platforms regarding the involvement of Igbo youths in the unfortunate incident of fighting and killing at Oil Mill Market by Eleme Junction on Saturday, 14th of February 2026. They stated this while addressing journalists in Port Harcourt. Nnamdi Olimini reports.
Briefing journalist Ezendigbo Gburugburu River State, His Majesty Sam Okolo, said following due investigation and fact-finding from credible sources on ground, no Igbo individual or group was involved in the incident as alleged. He said the Nigerian Police Force has publicly released its official report on the incident alongside reports from other recognized security agencies and relevant authorities. None of these official reports mentioned or implicated any Igbo person or group in the incident. According to him, members of the public should disregard and discountenance any false information, rumors, or narratives attempting to link Ndigbo or Igbo youth to this unfortunate event. Such misinformation is capable of creating unnecessary tension, ethnic mistrust, and insecurity among peaceful residents. Ndigbo community River State remains a peace-loving and law-abiding community. He said Igbo people are known for their commitment to peace, coexistence, lawful conduct, and constructive contribution to the development of River State and Nigeria at large, and we continue to abide by the law and work harmoniously with host communities and security agencies to promote peace and unity.
Following our due investigation and fact-finding from the credible source on ground, no Igbo individual or group was involved in the incident as alleged. Furthermore, the Nigerian Police Force has publicly released its official reports on the incident alongside reports from other recognized security agencies and relevant authorities. None of these official reports mentioned or implicated any Igbo person or group in the incident.
The Royal Father urged all residents to remain calm, avoid spreading unverified information, and always rely on official reports from security agencies, adding that the Igbos will collectively reject narratives that seek to divide them and instead promote peaceful coexistence and mutual respect.
We urge all residents to remain calm, avoid spreading unverified information, and always rely on official reports from security agencies. Let us collectively reject narratives that seek to divide us instead of promote peace and coexistence and mutual respect. I urge the public, please disregard any information you've heard that is not coming from us because they are not through. And this is the stand of the Igbo community. We are not part of it and will never be part of anything that is unlawful.
Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
The Mohammed Saad Abubakar has declared Wednesday, February 18, 2026 as the first day of the holy month of Ramadan 144R, following a sighting of the crescent moon across the country. The Sultan made the declaration after confirming reports that the new moon was sighted on Tuesday, the 29th of Shaban, signaling the commencement of the Ramadan fast. In a statement by the chairman of the Advisory Committee on Religious Affairs, Professor Sambawali Junaid, The Sultan announced that the crescent moon was sighted in almost every part of the country earlier on Tuesday, which is the 29th day of the month of Shaban, and thereby signifies tomorrow, 18th of February, as the first day of Ramadan 1447. He added that the council got information of the moon sighting from many Islamic leaders cut across the country, which he said signifies the start of Ramadan fasts this Wednesday. The Sultan therefore called on Muslim communities across Nigeria to commence the fasts Wednesday in accordance with Islamic teachings. He urged Muslims to use the holy month to pray for peace and stability in the country, particularly against the insecurity affecting some parts of the nation. He also encouraged the faithful to continue to pray for country's leaders and seek divine intervention in addressing the security challenges facing Nigeria. The foreign scene, talks between Russia, Ukraine, and the US aimed at ending Moscow's war in Ukraine have concluded without a breakthrough. The trilateral meetings held in Geneva went on late Tuesday but only lasted 2 hours on Wednesday. Although US envoy Steve Witkoff had expressed optimism over the talks, both the Russian and Ukrainian sides indicated they had been difficult. Moscow and Kiev remain far apart on key issues of territory and the terms of a potential ceasefire in the 4-year conflict. While conceding talks were challenging, Kremlin negotiator Vladimir Medinsky added that they had been businesslike and said another meeting would take place soon. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also described the negotiations as, quote, not easy due to the difference in the two sides' positions. Ukrainian negotiator Rostim Umarov cut a less downbeat tone, saying the discussions had been substantive and intensive, and that while there had been progress, no details could be disclosed at this stage. Shortly before the end of the talks was announced, Zelensky accused Russia of trying to drag out negotiations that could already have reached the final stage, unquote. US President Donald Trump, who spearheaded diplomatic efforts to end the war, has been signaling impatience with a deadlock between the two sides. 4 years on from the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, substantial distance still exists between Moscow's demands and what Kiev might consider, quote, a just peace. River State, treasure base of the nation, let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. You can watch our